The DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. I'm Kurt Cross, and as you know, we are at the DMV Live Period right here at DeMatha Catholic High School in Hyattsville, Maryland. We bring you the players, we bring you the coaches, we bring you the interviews, but I'm bringing back Old Faithful. That's what I'm doing. I'm bringing back Old Faithful. Please welcome Mr. Steve Turner. Steve, jump on that mic. Don't act like you're a stranger.
Man, Curtis, I appreciate you for bringing me on. How you been?
And so, man, as y'all know, Take It to Yo with Coach Steve Turner and Take It to Yo with Turner and O'Neill. That was 5 years ago, Steve.
I know.
That was right about this time during COVID, right?
Look, it's coming back. It's just going to be coming back from a different state, in the state of Florida.
We're going to talk about that in a minute because things have changed. Things have changed. All right, folks, we're here at the DMV Live Period, and since I last podcast with Coach Steve Turner, which was in my studio in Kensington, Maryland, this man has gone from Gonzaga College High School to Montverde. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct.
That is correct. Talk to us about what that transition was like, sir. It's been a whirlwind the past, 60, 90 days?
It's definitely been that, and it was tough. I'm not going to lie. It was to give up something that's been your baby for half your life.
Right.
But to have an opportunity to move on to something that I think is going to have a chance to be really, really special. I'm not going to lie. It was a tough decision.
Right.
I've been in a place here in the DMV where I've had opportunity to impact lives for more than half my life, and basically half of my life at one place at Gonzaga, a place that will always be near and dear to my heart. But to now have an opportunity to go to a place that's at another level with new opportunity, and I feel like God put it in my hands to have a chance to go impact lives in another place, in another space with some unbelievable young men.
And you've done some great things here at Gonzaga. You've got 4 or 5 WCAC titles?
4 titles.
Right.
1 city title and
3 Alhambras, maybe?
Nah, way more than that. Alhambras.
I'm sorry, my bad.
But we also won the 3 state championships.
Right. Okay. And so, Steve, you've done it here. You don't have to prove to anybody what you can do, but maybe there's more that you want to see yourself do and heights that you want to challenge yourself to get to. We're not talking. Now, you took Gonzaga. You made them a national program. You're always in Max Preps. You're Gatorade Coach of the Year. Your name is everywhere nationally. But now, I hesitate to say, but if you're that good, now you got to go do it again. Now you got to go do it again.
Well, I'm always going to feel like, for me, there's no pressure that anybody can put on me more than I will always be able to put on myself. So I'm sure there's those who expect certain things to happen. But right now, I'm in a building stage. We got an opportunity, almost a clean roster, because there was a lot of graduation and a little bit of attrition. So now I'm trying to build my Montverde. You know, Kevin Boyle did an unbelievable job down there for the last 14 years. Certainly been the biggest name in the country in the last decade. You know, there's a new league that's being started coming up with the EYBL Scholastic at the high school level. We're going to have 20 high schools in one league, and East and a West. And I'm going there to make our mark. I'm not going to say my mark because it's not just about me. It's going to be about the coaches that I bring in to help me build this, along with the institution that we're representing, and then bringing in unbelievable, talented players who get it done not only in the on the court but in the classroom as well. So, taking it one day at a time, taking it where I'm trying to build so we have a culture that is going to be representative of Montverde and the community of Montverde. Right. And so we're just one day at a time trying to find the right kids that want an unbelievable opportunity to showcase themselves and put themselves in a place that we just watched a couple of nights ago. 4 guys get drafted in the first round and a 5th guy get picked up on a 2-way the next day.
4 guys in the first round. Coach, I want to go back to Gonzaga for just a moment. It's more than just the program you built with the kids. Some of your coaches now have moved on to take on their own programs, and that's the mark of success as well. It's not just wins and losses. What has your staff been able to do?
2 years ago, Ayo, Arenze Anawaku just went on to Siena. Sounds like they're going to be the preseason favorite in their conference this year. Sid Tomes just headed back to the Air Force, which he's been a part of, but now he's going to be a part of their staff.
Okay.
Devin Williams, a few years back, took the St. John's Catholic prep job. I was just sitting in the stands with Chris Douglas, who's been the head coach at Pilati, and most recently Roger Garfield just took the position at Loyola Blakefield up in Baltimore.
Yes,
so
he did.
Not only just trying to move young men to places, but trying to help the men who helped me build those young men up move into their next spaces. And so that's what I've always been about, is being a guy who's an uplifter. This has never been about Steve Turner. I don't look at myself as the guy who's sitting at the top with the crown on his head. I look at myself as the guy who's lifting up from the bottom. I'm a server. I'm a server of people. I'm a server of kids, and certainly going to do whatever I can do to help those who are around me to help me.
But you have a tree now. You have that coaching tree, sir. You can't walk away from that.
No, it's growing, and I want to see it continue to grow. And I'm going to do all I can for those who are coming to help me down at Montverde to help me shortly, but move on to new and higher things, and keep bringing in new crop of young guys that I can help grow towards their dreams and the things that they want to achieve as coaches in this industry.
By the way, I see Larry Gray all the time because Adam plays over in the JV Summer League over at Prep, and good guy over there. And I finally met Howard Blue. I finally met him, other than calling his name from a microphone.
Another guy who's a part of my tree.
Yes.
I got to coach Howard when I first got to Gonzaga, and Howard was a member of my first staff at Gonzaga. Now he's the head coach at Georgetown Prep. And, again, just always trying to uplift. I mean, it's been a blessing to see a guy that started his career with me at Gonzaga, and Keith Ergo, who's now taking over my seat at Gonzaga and going to do some great things over there with it.
How's the young man? I heard, someone came up here, and I interviewed them, and they play for Christian. Somebody I had on the podcast last week, Jared. Is Jared in good hands now? I think he might be.
We're sitting in the house that the coach he's about to play for grew after the biggest name to ever grow this program in Morgan Wooten, but Mike Jones. I'm excited to have my son playing against one of my arch rivals during my time at Gonzaga. Mike's an unbelievable coach. We've been able to, for years, do a lot of things together. Everybody always thought of us as two guys who hated each other and just tried to beat each other's brains in. But every summer, we were working together, whether it be the NBA Top 100, the Nike Academies, and then most recently, our experiences through USA Basketball together. I'm excited for Mike and what he's building down there, and I'm excited for him to be able to coach my son.
Did you catch him last week? He was here.
Yeah, I talked to him here last week, and I saw him when he walked in this morning.
Well, I'm glad you saw him because I haven't seen him yet.
He's in the other gym. He's got a couple kids that he's put some offers out to who are playing in the other gym this morning.
Okay, well, we know there's going to be a Jared Turner down there in Virginia playing for Coach Mike Jones. It's been a whirlwind, I'm sure. I don't even know the structure of it and how it all works. I don't need to know, and the people don't need to hear that. But, you clearly interviewed, an offer was made, and at what point did you know it became the right decision for you? And not just you, your family, I'm sure.
Once they were comfortable. I mean, I'll be honest, my family has said for the longest that they thought it was time for me to do something new. I never really felt that way until this came, and once I got down there and touched Montverde and the community and what it all represents and what it is, I had to take it really, really serious. Okay. And I had to wait because I was the first interview and there's other people who went before me. And once they called and said I was their choice, I had to move quickly. But the blessings that I had from my family and the people who are closest to me in terms of taking a leap of faith. I'm doing something that I ask the kids to do every day since I've been a coach. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. And this is a new situation for me. I mean, I'll tell you, coaching at Montverde, I basically have a college job at the high school level. Yeah, the way that we have to get out and find players to be a part of our team and be in a lot of gyms, seeing kids play. I'm doing what I've watched a lot of guys that I know do ahead of me as they come and watch the kids that I've coached.
In your gym, right?
Yeah, so it's going to continue that those guys will still be in our gym because I'm going to continue to bring in great talent, but I'm also having to go find that great talent to make sure that they understand that we have a platform at Montverde that can take them to new heights and to places that they're dreaming of going to.
Steve, I made it my word on this podcast not to put anybody on the spot, and I'm not going to do that with you.
Feel free. You can put me on the spot. I'm not afraid.
But have you started to paint a picture of what success will look like in the 1 year, 3 year, 5 year? What does that look like for you going down to Florida?
Well, you know me. I'm trying to win right away.
Okay.
We're always going to chase the championship. I don't care what the talent level is compared to who's in our league. You know, at Gonzaga, I always like to say we were able to do more with less. You know, we didn't have some of the things built in as an institution that some of the schools that we compete against do in terms of being able to bring in kids for free. That's not what we had there at Gonzaga, so I had to understand who we are. And I understand who Montverde is and what we have ability to do to bring in the right type of talent to continue to build our culture down there. And from year one, we're chasing championships. You know, are we going to fall short sometimes? Of course. There's never a perfect scenario, but from year one, I'm not looking to just say, okay, we're happy with what we got. Nah, we're going after a championship.
Coach, no matter how old this game gets, and no matter how many games I see, the properly executed backdoor cut still works. I just saw it. A kid was by himself on the backdoor cut.
Overplayed, go backdoor.
Always. Steve, we have talked about 100 different topics as we've podcast together. I'm most proud of the work we did that was in the unscripted series stuff we did. We talked about January 6th. We talked about, racial inequality. We talked about things on our podcast, Take It to Yo, with Turner and O'Neill. And shout out to Casey in the Montverde Academy because he's done some great things over there. And the more I am involved in private school community, the more people know about Casey and the Montverde Academy. I could drop his name whenever I want, and I get put in a certain circle when I say, hey, do you know Coach Casey O'Neill? In the lacrosse circles, and they know him. So, Steve, we talked about a lot. I'm increasingly disappointed in what I'm seeing in that. Oh, by the way, let me stop. Before I talk about what I'm disappointed in. 3-4 years ago, you talked about the transfer portal and the mess that it was going to be. And what a mess we have in that transfer portal.
It's tough,
now.
Man. It's tough.
You spoke to it, though. You said this would happen.
Yeah, but you got so many other things in play, the money that's involved. And my disclaimer for all of it is I just hope that these young men and women will take the opportunity to truly look at how they can get to long-term money versus short-term money. I think right now we got a lot of people out there who are being short-sighted by what's not real. Look at these kids who just graduated from Montverde and who just did 1 year of college, and 4 of them were drafted in the first round.
Right.
None of them were kids who got NIL and payments while they were in high school, but they understood what the platform that the league that they played in and the institution that they played for provided them. They took full advantage of it, went to some great college institutions for a year, and now have been put in a position to take care of their families and create generational wealth. I'm sorry about that. Generational wealth. I mean, some of these guys, Cooper is a great example. #1 pick in the draft. He made over $28 million in his 1 year at Duke. He got more in 1 year at Duke than he's even going to get on his first NBA contract. So him and his family really, really looked at what it meant was to just go work, and allow your work to pay off in the end. I hope that these families and these kids, men and women, will just look at this a little differently and stop looking at some quick money that really isn't real money, and figure out how to take advantage of that little orange-brown pill that I like to call it, that can take them to some places and some new heights to give them an opportunity to create generational wealth for their families.
Steve, there are a few things that I take away from our days of podcasting together. One of the things I quote the most that you said is, when we talk to these young people and they're considering their schools and the sport, would you love the school if the sport were taken away?
No doubt. Everyone's not gonna bounce the ball for the rest of their lives. So correct. Let's make sure we're at places and institutions where that degree means something, high school wise as well as at college. My fear right now is there's going to be a lot of young men and women who look like me. They're going to walk away without the degree that they ultimately said they were chasing, because we're jumping and running in the portal for a quick fix,
right,
or some quick money.
Right.
And the most important thing is to get that degree so that you can always be able to take care of yourself for the rest of your lives. If you're that good, they're going to find you. And if you're that talented, you're going to play at the biggest level there is. And even at the biggest level, there's another level down, being able to go play overseas and have an opportunity through the sport. I've watched a lot of young men and women be able to play longevity in this game by playing over there and never having to use a degree until it was later in their lives. But they were able to stack money and now be able to use those degrees to make sure that money made money.
Steve, you're not in the DMV coaching anymore. You're going to move on to Montverde. I feel like I have a certain freedom by not being in the life of coaching anymore to say things. And I'm not saying I'm some badass who can, blah, blah, blah. But I see these schools, and I go to their websites because we're looking for interviews and I'm looking for players and rosters. And all I see on there is some AI photo of a classroom, and then I see some basketball roster. I see a school that, is it really a school? And I see there's a program in particular that I will not name that has stolen players from other programs, has made promises to families, and I hear about, we got this Division I offer and that Division I offer, but then I don't see the kid playing Division I. They're not really caring about these kids.
Well,
and what word of warning would you have for families who are believing in all that hype for programs that are not necessarily real, or they make promises that they can't keep?
Well, you got to know what's a real offer and what's not a real offer. There's a lot of fluff offers that go out here to kids. To sometimes it's a favor to help them, attract.
Right.
So be careful, and understand that right now the college coaches are chasing men. They're going to get in the portal when they have rough seasons to make sure that their programs can stay relevant, and more importantly, so they can keep their jobs.
Right.
You got to do your research. You got to do your homework, and understand that sometimes less is more. Like, everyone's chasing the big names, the Power 5 names, and everybody can't play at the Power 5 schools. But there are places and homes that can give you an opportunity. And the way that you're seeing it now, because coaches are going in the portal to grab kids, it might be best to go play at a lower level where you can go kill it for a year and then have that opportunity to move up. So don't be afraid to go a level lower than what you think you are and not realize that you have an opportunity because of the way that the landscape is shaped, that you can still get to where you're trying to get to.
Listen, you guys have to hear this information and recognize that your heart might say one thing, your mind might say another, your player, your student, your son or daughter might say another thing. We're talking about Coach Steve Turner. He's done it with, you were there 25 years, so you've had 250, 300 athletes come through. You've sent half of them or more onto college. Well, probably all of them to college, half of them or more to play ball somewhere. You went through it as a father. And I know you don't mind me saying there were some ups and downs with that.
Huge.
Right?
Major,
so you
ones.
lived it. You lived it. And we know of players, and the first one that comes to mind is Steph Curry. He went to Davidson. He didn't go to Kentucky or Duke or UNC or, he didn't play for Tom Izzo. He played for Davidson.
Well, look at the NBA. A lot of the biggest names in the NBA today didn't go to big-time schools.
Right.
They went to some smaller schools, but they did the one thing we keep talking about. Go do your work. Your work will come out in the light when it's supposed to. Don't get caught up. Don't allow yourself to get the wool pulled over your head, and just understand, if you do the things that are right, your opportunities are going to come. And respect your opportunities, because sometimes just because of what you think you should get isn't always what you should get. And respect those opportunities and look at them seriously, because they could lead to something even bigger.
You might be a top 50, top 100 point guard in the country, but if that school is not looking for point guards, right, you might not get that offer.
Right?
And you know the life better than I do. I can't school you to anything when it comes to that. Coach, how are Lynn? How's Leah? I haven't asked about them.
They're doing great. They're just prepping the pack, and
they're trying to go get that tan.
Get ourselves moved down to Florida and catch a lot of vitamin D.
All right, you said that you got to get the home ready here because you're going to put that on the market or rent it or do whatever you're going to do there. How's it going to feel being a little bit further away from Jared than you were before? And is Christian making the move, or is Christian going to?
Christian is coming down to coach with me.
Excellent.
And Jared's in college, so no matter how far I was or am, we're a flight away. I can get to him when I need to get to him.
2 hours and 30 minutes.
And he can get to me when he needs to get to me. Right now, I just want him to go out and work on being the best version of himself that he can be. Be a great player for Coach Jones and the Old Dominion crew. And
has he stopped growing?
I hope not. But I just want him to chase his dreams, man. I've had an opportunity to do the things that I've wanted to do for me. It's some of it I I held back on doing for a number of years because I wanted my sons to be able to have the things that they needed in place to be able to grow and be men. And I'm just excited watching both of them move into spaces that are new, that are going to be fun for them, and allow them to become the men that they need to be.
I just realized, first of all, we got a game that's a 2-point game with 7 seconds left. The team that's down by 2 has the ball. They're far away from the basket. They don't have to throw up a 3.
Overtime.
No overtime. He misses at the buzzer. And everybody wants to foul down there.
Tough one.
I just realized something. I'm happier than I thought I was that you're going down to Montverde. That means Clarinda ain't going to try to sell me no more candy bars and T-shirts at Gonzaga.
It's just going to have a different purple and a different looking eagle on it because she's still coming.
She's still coming down. That's one question I asked. So mom's going to make the trip?
I mean, she's going to come down and support us. She's not moving down there.
Right, okay.
I mean, I'm not her only child. She got 2 more children. She got a lot of grandbabies.
Right.
That are all here in the DMV. But they all now have a place to be able to come to and enjoy some great weather. And I'm excited to have the family show up when they do.
Steve, you and I have known each other for the better part of 40 years.
It's crazy.
You helped me get a couple of jobs. I just mentioned something the other day about how Carlos's mother-in-law, right, was on the board that got me the job at Rockville. Yep. I may have gotten some advanced questions for that interview. You've helped me along the way. And I'm still teaching lessons. I taught my kids last week. You told me when I had a crappy coaching job, you said, Coach, keep that job so you'll know what not to do when you get your own program.
Well, I mean,
you said that to me.
You have to. You get to watch from afar sometimes or watch up close, and you get to learn from others that you can bring to make your program be the best you want it to be. And then there's certain things you're going to see and say, you know what, that's not for me.
Coach, last but not least, you had an idea about a podcast 5 years ago, a little bit more than 5 years ago. I need you to hear this. Chelsea wasn't even a teenager when you had that idea. She's applying to her first colleges in August. That's how fast it happens.
You're making me old, Coach. Stop. Stop.
She was 11, 12 years old when you came up with this idea, and now she's applying. She's got one on her list. That's the apple of her eye, which I cannot mention.
Okay.
She's going to go early with them in August. They'll tell her in a couple of weeks what they're going to do after that. And if she gets in, she's not applying anywhere else. Well, we've done the tours and all that.
My prayers are up, but I probably don't even have to pray that hard because she's done such a good job of being a great student, and big things are coming her way. So I hope she gets her first choice, and God can provide that for her. But if not, I know she's going to land somewhere really good.
Well, she did. We're very happy with her ACT score. And I'm going to leave the people and you with this because I haven't even talked to you about this yet. I only said I would come back and coach if a lot of money was out there, and I'm not worth that to most programs, or if I had the opportunity to coach my daughter. Holton has an opening. This is the DMV Hoops Podcast. I'm Kirk Cross, and we'll see you soon.
The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kirk Cross, featuring Adam Crain. Thanks for listening.